Today we're going to learn about rounding of a decimal number. When you are rounding a number, you are changing the digits, but the value of the number remains similar. It is not the exact same as the original number, but it is easier to use. There are two conditions for rounding a number. The first one is that you have to first find the rounding digit. Then you have to find the digit on the right side of the rounding digit. If that digit is less than 5, the rounding digit remains the same and the digits on the right side of the rounding digit become zeros. This is called rounding down. Let's look at an example. Let's say our number is 1.64. We're going to round to the nearest tenth. 6 is in the tenths place. So 6 is our rounding digit. 4 is the digit on the right side of 6. 4 is less than 5. So 6 remains as a 6 and the 4 turns into a 0. So 1.64 rounded to the nearest tenth becomes 1.60 or 1.6. Now let's learn about the second condition. The second condition is that you have to first find the rounding digit. Then you have to find the digit on the right side of the rounding digit. If that digit is greater than 5 or 5, the rounding digit increases by 1 and the rest of the digits on the right side of the rounding digit become zeros. This is called rounding up. Let's look at an example that shows rounding up. Let's say our number is 1.68. We are going to round to the nearest tenth. The digit in the tenths place is 6. The digit on the right side of 6 is 8. 8 is greater than 5. So the 6 turns into a 7 and the 8 turns into a 0. So 1.68 rounded to the nearest tenth becomes 1.70 or 1.7. Let's look at an example that has both the conditions. Let's say our number is 5.728. We're going to round to the nearest tenth. The digit in the tenths place is 7. So 7 is our rounding digit. The digit on the right side of 7 is 2. 2 is smaller than 5. So the 7 remains the same as 7, and the 2 and the 8 become zeros, because they are both on the right side of 7. So 5.728 rounded to the nearest tenth becomes 5.7. Now let's round 5.728 to the nearest hundredths. The digit in the hundredths place is 2. 2 is our rounding digit because we are rounding to the nearest hundredths. 8 is the digit on the right side of 2. 8 is greater than 5, so the 2 becomes a 3 and the 8 becomes a 0. So, 5.728 rounded to the nearest hundredth becomes 5.73. Now let's round 5.728 to the nearest ones. The digit in the ones place is 5. So 5 is our rounding digit. Let's look at the digit on the right side of 5. It is 7. 7 is greater than 5. So the 5 turns into a 6, and the 7, 2, and the 8 become zeros. So 5.728 rounded to the nearest ones becomes 6. Today we learned about rounding of a decimal number. Thank you for watching this video.